So welcome to Fax TV. Well, it's been quite a few days since we played Keighley, and quite a bit has changed weather-wise. 2 games in 1 week, so you're going to get your rugby fixed one way or another this week. Big news for us as far as the media team's concerned. You would have seen Sam interview Karl after the Keighley game, and we've got quite a few members of Huddersfield University have now joined the media team, so you can see a lot more video coverage. For the Workington game coming up this Sunday, we're going to be doing a special behind-the-scenes coverage, so you'll be seeing that shortly on YouTube. And also, more importantly, on Twitter, the students have also got @Fax TV, so if you want to also follow that, you can get up-to-date information on what's going on with the students, and more about the media channel we're going to be celebrating here at Halifax end of the year, ready for the membership for next year. Karl, Keighley, seems quite a long time ago now.
Seems an age ago, it really, really does. It's only been 10 days, but it does seem a long, long time.
There was a lot of rough and tumble, especially towards the end. Luke got a bit of a cracking. Scott got a bit of a smack on the ankle.
There's always tough games. You know, I've coached at Keighley, and whenever Halifax are in town, there's a lot of rivalry. Always an heavy contingent of ex-Halifax players in there, and it was a real tough game, but one we thoroughly deserved to win. Without playing particularly well, to be honest, you know, we put a lot of ball down, didn't get to many kicks, didn't get to many finishes of sets, which was disappointing, and the players were frustrated, but you know, we toughed it out and showed great resolve at times, showed great togetherness and great toughness to defend our own line against an onslaught at times from Keighley.
Have you spoke to Peter Fox after that game? Because he didn't have the best of debuts, did he?
Oh, Foxy had a bit of a shocker. He's not played for a while, and it was a bit of a risk throwing him in. To be fair, maybe a little bit unfair on Potsy and Rex, but we just thought the squad probably needed a boost, and Foxy came in, his first involvement, dropped the ball, second involvement, dropped a catch, third involvement, runs into touch, but never mind. Peter Fox will get better. He's a good player. He don't play for England against Australia and New Zealand if you're rubbish, and he's a good player.
Paul Mennell particularly had a good game. Very, very quick towards the end. A few half-back headaches, or are you just telling him to focus out on his hooking energy?
Oh, you know, Mennell's a real versatile player, and I think he's had a little bit of unfair criticism this year of certain segments of the crowd. He's a real good pro, real popular within the camp, and can play a multitude of positions which really helps the team out. And you know, we throw him in at the half back when Morel gets injured, and scored a really, really nice try.
And do you think you got the reaction you wanted from Ben Kay, for example? A few of the fans were saying that we start seeing him getting towards the line, a la what he used to do at Featherstone, against us mostly. Mm-hmm. So he had a few weeks where he was just playing the 18th man. Was that the reaction you were looking for against Keighley?
When you leave a player out, we don't leave players out for the fun of it. We try and pick a team for the game, which suits the opposition. You know, to try and make us a more fluent team. And you know, and Ben hadn't been quite firing on all cylinders, and young Keith Holden had played particularly well given the chance, but we just thought it was time to bring Ben back in for his defensive toughness first in the middle part of the field, and I just thought he lifted himself a little bit with ball in hand and played real tough, but unfortunately Ben Kay will be missing tomorrow night. He's had a little bit of a surgery, and he won't be available. He may be back for Workington.
So let's talk about tomorrow night. It's going to be a tough, eh? They've played against Leeds.
Mm-hmm.
How do you work for this one? So would you have reviewed a league game and the Leeds game? Do you take the Leeds game out of context?
We've not. Well, all the boys we trained last Friday night, and we all went down to the Siddle Club and had something to eat at Siddle and watched the game all together. And I thought Leeds played really good. To be fair, I thought maybe Leeds underestimated them, but full credit to Paul Rowley and his troops to give a really good account of themselves, and on another day could have won. But we've not reviewed that part of our preview. You know, we've looked at their last league game, which was against Doncaster, and we looked at certain segments of when we played them down here, you know, a couple of months ago, because there were times in that game where we really hurt them. We're just not quite good enough on the day to finish the job off, but we asked a lot of questions of them, which they found really tough to answer.
How much of that home game makes a difference for this? I mean, it's never easy to go away, and we know it was definitely the cliche of two halves.
It certainly was.
Do you focus on either half separately, or do you treat it as a whole, or do you just try and sort of banish it to the back of the minds just to make sure they concentrate for the 80 minutes?
I don't think you should banish it. You know, so we know what they are capable of. You know, they're a good team, and when they got a fast ruck, they really hurt us defensively. But we played real well in that game for long periods, and a couple of incidents in the game which I wasn't really happy about, which probably changed momentum in the game, which I really don't want to talk about today. But you know, we need to be good tomorrow. They played Doncaster the other week, and we've done most of our preview off of that game. And Doncaster's a good team, and they really hurt Doncaster. But Doncaster found some holes in their defensive line too, so hopefully we've got a few surprises for them, but we'll see.
For a couple of months ago, we do have a little bit of a different team, don't we? Because we've got the likes of Jack Spencer who have come in, we've also got Foxy come in. Whether they sort of players we needed a couple of months ago, or is it just helping where we are at this part of the season?
I was thinking with Tommy going back to Featherstone Rovers, we needed a replacement, and Foxy, as I said in the last Fax TV, he sort of came out of left field, and a player of his quality comes out. I think we had to take the punt on him and see how it worked out. Jack Spencer, another one, cost us not a great deal of money. He came and he's playing okay as Jack. He's far from the finished article. He's still very raw and needs a lot to learn to be a front rower. But he's certainly going in the right direction. He's popular in the camp, and we need to freshen the squad up. Things weren't as fluent as we'd like, but we're still not far off, you know. I know there's a bit of a gap at the moment, and tomorrow night's game it's really important, you know, we do get a result tomorrow, because we can't let Featherstone in that second spot get too far ahead. That's a fact.
What about players like Brookie? Have they got a chance for tomorrow night, or is it a case of it's not quite there on the development for what needs to be done for tomorrow night? Because you've been playing with the loose forwards, haven't you? You've had some really big lads as number 13, and we've also had some others.
We've had different ways of playing. The modern game now is most teams have an half-back type player at full-back to create the third pivot, which we haven't got. Ryan's got other benefits within his game regarding that, apart from that. So we've been going with a bigger middle to try and get us forward, to make it a little bit easier to get down the other part of the field, which we do quite easy. Regarding the Brooks question, he's certainly in the equation, and will probably play tomorrow. He was desperately unlucky. He wasn't selected against Leigh. Again, it was a straight shootout between Ben Davis, Spencer and Brooks for that spot, and unfortunately on that day Brooks missed out, but he's got every chance of playing tomorrow.
For team against Leigh, this is probably quite an open question, but who's your danger men that you're going to be pointing out?
Well, whenever you pick your paper up, Ryan Brealey scored a try. Ridyard's playing really good. They've got two really good halfbacks, and the full-back McNally's playing really well. Another half-back type player at the back to save, and that creates that extra space with a pivot at the back of the field. Very aggressive defensively on the fringes, and they've got a huge set of forwards, you know, led very well by Spencer and Big Sam. Big Sam's having a great season for Leigh.
Well, we wish you all the luck from Fax TV, and hopefully next time we'll be talking, there'll be another 3 points in the bag.
I certainly hope so.
Thank you.